It's a cult.
But I want to switch gears really quickly. I know Yeti, you have to leave soon, Abi, but I want to switch gears really quickly. You guys hear about this U.S. visas?
No.
They increased the price.
Wait, how much was it before?
So it was
Nigeria increased the price.
Nigeria increased the price, right?
Not even America.
And the US has been telling them that you guys reduce this price. They make it almost impossible for people to get visa to go to Nigeria.
What? Wait.
Nigerian visa.
So Nigeria increased
visa.
Nigeria increased the price of the visa
to like $300 or something like that.
Then
how much?
US,
so like $300. So like $300.
But US now told them, I don't know the exact value, but US now told them that, see, if you do this thing, we will retaliate. So one idiot in Nigeria went to go and do it, and the US retaliated by increasing their own visas. And now
to come in.
Nigeria, like a fool, now they can reduce their own back, but US has not reversed them.
They reversed it.
So because trust me, even if you move a Nigerian visa to $500, for instance, it's hard, but at least an American can still kind of afford it.
Yeah.
But if they move that Nigerian visa by $10.
Yeah,
that is 3,600 naira extra.
It makes no sense. Why would you want to make it harder for people to go back home? And you know who they're doing it for? Probably Nigerians that are American-born citizens, because they know that they have the money.
And now money is going to be ate up in one ambassador or something.
You have a passport as well.
Yeah.
Well, some people, but some people, but still, you should. I think African countries should even make things very, very easy for people to come to them.
Right.
Yes, now
because you're the one that needs the tourism.
But they asked Seun Kuti about it, and he had some very interesting comments. I was going to play it really quickly. Check this out.
Are you not worried that they are using it to make decisions about Nigerians applying for visa? And
only people that want to run away from Nigeria that have problem with that one. Yes.
Oh, it's the FBI
me. I'm not
list.
planning to run away from Nigeria. What's my own with visa? Let them stop Nigerians from traveling. In fact, all Nigerians that are abroad, send everybody home. Let's face our business. That's my own take. I wouldn't say do it by force, but if it comes to that, I don't mind. So for me, I don't see that as anything. Anybody that wants to ban Nigerians, we need some banning, especially our politicians.
Yeah, even if you want to do business with foreigners, like you want to do some exports, and because it's coming from Nigeria, there's a problem.
98% of my business is foreign.
And you're in Nigeria.
And I'm a Nigerian, and I understand and I see the problems I go through because of that.
Which is why you should be worried.
But I'm not worried, because that is not my problem. If somebody is using the criminal action that I've not done to join, you understand what I'm saying? If somebody chooses to discriminate against me due to something that is not true, even though 77 Nigerians are committed, there are over 1,000 Americans in one company called Chevron alone committing fraud in Nigeria every second.
Bam.
Massive fraud.
Bam.
The kind of fraud that nobody can even begin to comprehend.
Is this a counter list?
If Nigerian government is brave enough, I'm sure they can release counter list. But the problem with the Nigerian government is that they are all taking their share.
Let me give you a good example.
Shaking
the table, though. He was shaking what?
The American government encourages criminality in Nigeria. Yes. Atiku has a criminal case in America. An American senator, this is not me talking, go online, the case is there. Yeah. Andrew Young or whatever, I'm forgetting his name, an American has been sentenced to jail based on the business deal with Atiku. But America granted Atiku 24 hours entry into America.
That was weird.
When he was about to run for president, to negotiate whatever they want to negotiate with him. For 24 hours, his criminality was suspended. For what? At what point does criminality become acceptable for 24 hours? But they can release 77 list of some Nigerians that poverty has pushed into crime. Should we even start going into the reason why people commit crime? Should we?
And yeah, he was shaking the table.
I mean, it's right now. Nigerian.
He was shaking the table there.
We're saying that. We're saying, we say. I mean, I'm still not in support of fraud. I still believe they should be stopped. But I do know that Nigerian government amplifies it by not doing anything about it.
Of course,
by just
because it pays them.
Oh, yeah.
So, America, to be honest, the move they pulled, where if I was in the government, I felt like I need to increase the visa, and America increased their visa back, I would increase my own again. To be honest, I would increase it again. But Nigerian has shown that they are weak.
But Nigerians are the ones suffering.
So they've shown that they are weak. Guy, I can increase if I say I want to make the visa to come to Nigeria $300, and America say, okay, fine, retaliation, we increase our own back, no problem. But the problem is that Nigerians cannot let that happen because the country is fucked up, and people are like the words Seun used. If you kept on listening, people are trying to escape from Nigeria, not migrate. So the problem is that the government they're pussies. If the Nigerian government was actually serious and they made a better nation to stay in,
it would make it harder to leave.
You wouldn't even care that they've increased the US visa price. So US knows they have an upper hand.
Yeah.
So they can do whatever they want to do.
It's almost like there's a flight of resources, right?
Yes.
From Nigeria.
Yes.
You would think the government
drain.
would be a brain drain.
Yes.
You would think the government would do anything it can
To keep it
prevent
in.
They don't
them.
care.
They don't care.
Because the governor that is going, the
Those show you where
governor, the
our
politician
priorities
who needs to go to get
foresight.
healthcare
We don't have foresight
is
at
going
all.
to a different country to get healthcare and be treated by a Nigerian and pay into that economy. Meanwhile, that same Nigeria could have been in
Nigeria,
UCH,
helping the economy in
the one in
Nigeria.
Lagos,
But that's
and
why they
helping
shouldn't be
their
making the visa
economy.
more expensive.
So
to go to Nigeria
to come
from
exactly,
Yankee.
but here's the
Give me
problem:
incentive to
it's
come
more
back to Nigeria.
expensive.
Now
because
make it harder
it's
for
more
me to
expensive
come.
because somebody involved in the ambassador's office wants more money.
Yeah,
to skim
that's,
off.
That's all.
That's all it is. It has nothing
So
to do with
everyone's
it.
out for themselves.
So
That's
yeah,
it.
so
Not for the general public.
And then US can come and put headlines and say CNN, it's one Nigerians list, and you make all the US say, yeah, Nigerians are criminal. Instead of Nigeria to retaliate and say, you know what, fuck you guys, Sarah reports, we're going to list the names of all the American fraudsters that have done shell. Do you know that you put it on it, by the time they two start saying that, man, we actually have frauds. The money they're stealing is more than the money these people have stolen.
Of course, now
Yeah,
every
there's
country
more-
has
It's
fraudsters.
more now. Do you understand?
Duh.
It's more now. The people
Even
in
the
Shell
politicians
and
in
everything
America
now.
are stealing money.
So what happens is
Let's
that,
not get
but they
started
sit
on
down.
that, but-
EFCC is now doing collab with FBI to be catching fraudsters in Nigeria. But you won't go and tell that same FBI to give you names of politicians that have accounts in America so that you can catch them in Nigeria. Instead, you're going to go and catch the fraudster. Catch both of them is my point. Don't catch one or the other. Don't do eye service for the US. And I told you, US problem is when you're taking money from their economy.
Of course,
That's
duh.
the
You
only
can do
problem.
whatever you want as
can
long as
do
you
it.
don't take
So
their money.
Atiku was not taking money from their. Atiku was bringing the money into the US.
That's why they don't care. That's
So
why
they
they
don't
granted
care.
him
It was very
access.
shady.
Yeah, they
Very
don't
shady
care.
because
This is one of the most
they
shady
weren't sure
countries ever.
if he was going to be a president.
Yes,
So they wanted to leave that door
yes,
open.
and then they wanted to
Fucked up.
find out what's going on.
Fucked up.
And as soon as he
And
was
it
the
was-
president,
and it was a
they
senator
put their
that
ban
lobbied for him.
Yes, and they put their ban back
Americans
on.
don't care, duh. They don't care about any other country but
They just
themselves.
look out for
Duh.
themselves.
That meeting was probably to establish
blame
that
them? Nigeria
if
should
you
do the same
become
thing.
president,
Here are some things.
here are
they're
some
gonna
things
do.
they're going to do for us.
Yeah.
It's every man for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he didn't become president, so they banned him back.
just-
But
like
see, the thing
that.
is,
Okay.
Americans care about their citizens.
Yeah.
Nigerians don't.
They look
Yeah,
out.
Nigeria does,
That's
yeah, they
it.
look out. So they look out for themselves. Nigerians don't
That's
look out for
it.
Nigerians look out for individuals, not a collective.
Speaking of,
And maybe they're like
you mentioned
family
Shore. Did we ever talk about Shore on here? The fact that
Yeah, he's still in prison
he's
now.
been. Did we
Who?
talk about the fact that he
Showore
was
now, still
arrested?
in
Who
jail
is it?
now.
Showore?
The guy that was running for the
The Sahara Reporters
Oh,
owner.
oh.
But did we ever talk about it?
Nah, I don't think so.
Present
He's
for
still in
what?
jail.
Yeah, for those that don't know,
Because he
Shore
was
got
doing,
arrested.
a protest of it's not Occupy, no, it's
Oh, so for freedom of, so he was
he
talking
was doing
basically.
a protest. He wanted
That's
people
why
to
he was
gather and
arrested?
do a protest.
No,
yeah.
so he made some
the
comments.
words he used.
Okay.
It seemed
And
like
the
going to
words he
overthrow the
used
government.
Sounded like
He wanted
he
to,
was
like a coup was going to
like he
happen.
was
Yeah.
planning
To
some kind of revolution.
Revolution.
Of
He
some
used the
sort.
revolution.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he used the word revolution.
But how many people say
So-
a revolution in America
well,
that nothing
they tried-
happens?
it doesn't matter,
Who
but-
arrested him? Nigeria?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
arrested
But
him.
there's no
him.
freedom of press and freedom of speech in Nigeria.
Not like it is
Not
here.
like- yeah, so they arrested him. He's
Not
been,
like
and
it
then
is
they put
here.
him in jail for. They held him for 75 days. I think.
And he's still
there.
in
He's still
there?
in there.
Still
Yeah,
in there, yeah.
yeah.
So it just happened.
It happened like
A couple months
maybe
ago.
a month ago.
Yeah,
or so.
a month or so.
Nigeria.
I'm keeping
Yeah.
track because I
Just
like
when
the
you think
guy.
we can't
but-
go
Yeah,
any
they tried to
backwards. We
hold the
dig
guy down
deeper.
because
Yeah.
of the choice of words he used. And
You can say whatever you want,
You know,
as long as you don't
whatever.
threaten anybody.
they claim, but at the end of the day, Nigerians politicians look for themselves and their immediate
And that's it.
family member. Rochas Okorocha, they found a house that he built for his girlfriend. A
I
multi-million
heard
dollar
about
house
that.
when she escaped, she left her panting there. they were recording it. But like I said, and that's why I said, you see, we have a problem. This guy said, I wish you kept on playing the Seun Kuti stuff. He said Nigeria is an open air concentration camp.
It is.
And it's true. I saw a
That's
video
deep, man.
today of like, if an ant is on this table and I use a marker to draw a circle around the ant, it will think it's a wall and it can't leave that circle. That's how Nigeria is.
Reason why there's crime.
Should I play it?
Yes,
If it is not the greed of the elites.
Are we?
Keep going. Okay. Yeah.
What causes crime? As I said to you, everything anybody wants is dignity and a voice. You strip people of their, you put them in poverty, and then you tell the people why they are in poverty that since they don't have money, they have no dignity. Only money can give them dignity. And these status things, status symbols, luxury goods that the rich produce. Not only do the rich produce these goods, they go to the poor neighborhoods and advertise it. Not only do they advertise it, they go there and they themselves use conspicuous consumption to oppress the poor. While the poor stay in their situation without no legitimate hope of escaping. Now there's a difference between a man that commits crime to eat and the man that is already eating but still committing crime. Tell me why people in the Senate are still stealing. They are sitting on billions. You are still stealing. Tell me why we're finding $47 million in empty apartments in a country where they say there's no money to build hospital. Honorary Andrew Yakubu, honorary GM of NNPC, had $9 million cash in his house. In that community, there are no good schools. In his community where they found that money, there's no school there. Let's go there. Let's go and look at the kind of school that is there for the poor. Let's go now. But you're talking about list of, what the fuck? What is 77 people? I don't even know them. The problem with us as motherland people is that we do not think as motherland people. We think first as Europeans, then we think as Nigerians before we think as Africans. And by the time we start thinking as Africans, it's too late. People don't understand what Nigeria is. The identity that they're giving you, that Nigeria. The fact that they renamed us is an oppressive act. I'm Yoruba, but the only way I can see the world is as a Nigerian. Meaning that as a Yoruba, I am barred from seeing the world. My true identity is not allowed to see the world. I must carry my Nigerian passport, bear my Nigerian identity as a sanctioned savage. This savage has been civilized from Yoruba to Nigeria. Now we are going to see the world. Be who you are, speak your English. We are living in an open air concentration camp. This country was created by the British to take away our labor and our resources, to exploit us. That's what Nigeria was created.
So, and it's
open
right.
Air
open air
concentration camp.
And that's what I was saying. So like you have a ant and you there's no wall. But like you draw a circle marker here and it feels like I can't leave this. And that's what it is. As free as we think we are, we're not free. And the poor, back to what we said about Christianity and other this thing, you have the poor being oppressed. They don't have a voice. So I'm a poor man in Nigeria. You see the way they treat poor people. I get into a situation, police kills me, this one does that. You don't even have a voice.
No one fights me for
So the
me.
only thing you can see is that for you to get a voice, you need to have money. So then obviously we start breeding criminals because there's no jobs, there's no schools, there's no hospital, there's no nothing. So you feel like, okay, I need money. So to get money, you don't have any formal education. You have to do whatever you have to do. So that already breeds a set of criminals to start off with. Yeah. Then, secondly, the mentality we have as Nigerians, it's not as open as we think we are. We really think we're free, but we're not free. We're oppressed every day. The next person, there's a word they use for generators in Nigeria, I better pass my neighbor. You know those generators, the small one. It's just that at least I have light, you don't have light. That's the mentality we have. I better pass my neighbor. Everybody's striving to be I better pass my neighbor, rather than we're together.
Yeah.
So every man for himself. So that every man for himself messes us up too.
Yeah, there's no collective.
There's no collective. We don't think as a unit. We don't do things that we do a thing. So then, and that's why you see stuff like FBI list comes out. You start seeing arguments of Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. Do you understand? You start seeing arguments of the northern people are not smart. The Yoruba people are dirty. The Igbo people are thieves. You start seeing this division we have. One idiot called Nnamdi Kanu come out and say he wants to do IPOB or whatever. Meanwhile, he's hiding in Israel for a while, but he will come and be telling people that don't have sense to come and join and form a country too. And those ones to listen and carry machetes and say they're going to go and form their own Biafra country. It makes no sense. Sometimes you think, you know what can actually help Nigeria? Sometimes I think that, you know what, give them the Biafra, let them take it and tell them they can never come back. And if I also want to take the North, give it to them too, and we can never come back. And we'll see how Nigeria strive. But divided, we will fall.
Yeah.
And that's the thing these people don't understand.
Some people argue that united, we haven't necessarily.
So because united, we're not united. We're still divided.
So you are falling every day.
Even in between that.
But some people argue that we never should have been united in the first place. That
we came out together under false.
Yes, but we're in this situation together.
Right, so let's
if me
work
and you are in
together.
prison together and we want to escape, there's a better chance of me and you escaping than me going by myself.
That's true.
But as I better pass my neighbor. So even if we get in that IPOB, in that same place, somebody from Edo will fight somebody from Anambra. Somebody from Anambra will fight someone from Akwa Ibom because it's still individual. So do you want to have 36 countries? Is that what we want?
That's the issue. Everyone is the tribalistic mentality. Everyone's the Yoruba people are the best. Even within the Yoruba people, the Ife people are better than the Ilesha people.
You go beyond Africa. You go beyond Nigeria.
The Ife people are not better than Ilesha people.
Excuse me.
Then we go beyond Nigeria. You see the Nigerian fighting with the Ghanaian. You see the Nigerian fighting with the Kenyan. You see the Nigerian fighting with South Africa. That's why you go to South Africa and they are still doing their what's that thing called? Where they are killing. Xenophobic attacks. South Africans are there. They hate Nigerians because Nigerians are coming to their country and we're successful.
Yeah,
they're Nigerians doing fraud too and stuff like. But they now hate Nigerians. So you go. So even in Africa, we have no peace.
Now, Nigerians in South Africa, I can speak to that because Nigerians, we're successful. So there's some resentment, but we're also. Because I talked when I was in South Africa, I had a chat with South Africa.
I was waiting for him to get there.
With my Uber driver, and I was trying to understand what is this anger against Nigerians, and he was trying to explain to me. He was like, "Look, that they're displacing a lot of like young girls because you have these Niger guys that go there, get young girls from the they don't call them village, but they call them something like the settlements. They call them like settlements. Is these places like outside of the big cities?" They get them from there. They promise them school, education, all this other stuff. They bring them to the inner cities and they turn them to prostitutes. And it's causing a lot of like societal like issue because what happens is these girls, they get pregnant and they send them back to the settlements, and they end up.
The one that happens is I think it's drug. There's also
someone's
a drug
kid
case.
Who is in there. Some Niger guy's kid.
I think there's a drug. There's a drug case too.
Then you also have Nigerian drug dealers too that go there, but you also have the good Nigerians too, who then end up getting.
But then the government doesn't even help them. To the ones that are there, the government doesn't even help. Even Nigerian government will look a blind eye when they start killing Nigerians. Yeah. So it's like we are very divided as a continent, and that poverty is something that will never make you think straight. That poverty, like someone posted a video in the group chat where a pastor was supposed to heal a woman and he was choking her, and she was supposed to be healed, but he kept choking her.
What?
We're civilized. We're not poor. If a pastor tries to choke you, are you mad?
I mean, like, because what do you mean?
We're not desperate. Even though we're looking for faith in God, we're not that desperate. But that's what poverty does.
So when you're she let him choke her?
Of course not, yes. That's a blessing now. She's quite a blessing. So you have a lot of stuff like that in our community. And I'm really mad at the government. Not only the fraudsters, but everybody needs to go.
It's so many layers to it.
Yeah, and we are one Nigeria. Stop, like he said, I'm a Yoruba man, but when I leave Nigeria, it's one Nigerian passport. I'm not
that's all they see,
exactly.
That's what they
see. So why do we keep dividing ourselves? Yeah.
It's because that's what the Europeans did to start.
Yeah, that's what they did now.
That is the
divide and conquer.
Tactic is to divide and conquer.
Yep, and they did that. But we let them, and we're still letting them.
We're still letting them now.
Even when there was still slavery, what would they do? Light skin, black
against the dark skin.
Yep. They're still doing it. Yeah, they're still dividing, and we're still looking for their stupid ass validation.
Yeah, but we